Qiraat was that, so we covered Farz, Wajib, and then I covered all the Wajib, Masail, and then today is Sunnah. So what is Sunnah in Qiraat? Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala was really meticulous when it came to reading from the glorious Quran. So he used to send letters out to governors. And before appointing a governor or anything, he used to look at that governor's salat. So he used to send somebody to specially look at this person's salat. If he would pray properly, if he knew how to pray properly, then Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala would consider giving him that person a position. If the person didn't even pray well, his qiyam was not correct, ruku, sajda, Sayyidina Umar radiallahu would not even consider. He was overlooked, regardless how good he is in different matters. But keep in mind as well, Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala, apart from Muslims, he had some Jews working for him as well. It's not haram. Because Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala said, I try to weigh. Religious people, he said, are lazy. What are they? Lazy. They don't understand the situation. Whereas worldly people, they understand the situation, the scenario, what is demanded from that situation. So that's why sometimes he used to appoint Jews as his, you can say, advisor on his advisory board to give him suggestions regarding the dunya. Because he said, religious people, too much taqwa. Allah. Because it doesn't work like that. Like there's a group out there, they think you just connect with Allah, everything will be all right. It doesn't work like that. It took the Prophet 23 years. He could have made, at the day he became Prophet, he could have made dua. That's it, all over. Let's go, finish, job done. 23 years. He established himself. He made a state. You got to put effort in. Yes, you got to take the means into your own hands. The provisions Allah's placed in this dunya. Because we're in Darul Asbab. Until you don't take the asbab in your hand, Allah Rabbul Izzat does not give victory. You do not flourish in this dunya. This dunya is attached with asbab. If you disassociate yourself, disconnect yourself with asbab, that's it. In the eyes of Allah, yes, you are successful. But in the eyes of the dunya, and as far as establishment is concerned, you will fail. So keep this in mind. So Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala, like I just said, these were Muslim governors. As far as the other non-Muslim people used to appoint as on his advisory board, or people used to take, you could say, suggestions from, this is not regarding them. All right, so Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he understood this because, as you know, the Prophet ﷺ, in the first prayers, in 2-3 prayers he used to read aloud. Asr, Maghrib, Fajr, Asr, Maghrib and Isha. Fajr, he used to read aloud. So the Sayyidina Umar took note of this. What is the Prophet reading in these prayers? So then he divided the chapters of the glorious Quran from the 26th juz, which is called, from the 26th juz, from Surah Al-Hujurat. So from Surah Al-Hujurat to Surah Al-Baruj, this is called Tawale Mufassal. The Prophet used to read from, in Fajr and Zohr, the Prophet used to read between Surah Al-Hujurat and Surah Al-Baruj, which is called Tawale Mufassal. And then from Surah Al-Baruj to Surah Al-Bayyinah, including Surah Al-Bayyinah, not including Surah Al-Bayyinah, up to Surah Al-Bayyinah, this is called Awsat Mufassal. The Prophet used to, what prayers would he pray? So you can say between Surah Al-Baruj and Surah Al-Bayyinah, he used to read from, you can say, Maghrib and only Maghrib, that's it, Maghrib. So Maghrib. From what? Awsat Mufassal. And then Kisar Mufassali from Iza Zulzat till the end. Asr and Isha. Yes, so I'll write it down here. So you got 3 portions. So it starts from Surah Al-Hujurat. MashaAllah, good pen. Surah Al-Hujurat. So
I'm pretty much sure it's Qisar in Maghrib.
So Tiwal, Awsat, Qisar. Surah Hujurat. So this is from Hujurat to Surah Al-Buruj. Buruj to Bayyinah. and Surah Bayyinah to Nas. So Tiwal, Fajr and Zuhr. Surah Awsat, that's the only one Qisar is only one prayer, Maghrib.
Yes.
And then this one is, what is it? Asr.
And Isha.
What's left? Isha. Isha. So only one namaz Qisar. You got some people, when they get the opportunity to lead in Maghrib, they read in Surah Al-Baqarah. It's against the Sunnah, but we don't emphasize too much. That's all right. So this was the you could say division. Tiwal Mufassal, Awsat Mufassal and Qisar starts from Surah Al-Hujurat. So this is the Sunnah reading in Salah. Right. So this one's all covered now. So we've done the Farz Wajib. I covered many masail regarding the Wajib. That's all done.
Outside this surah range?
Huh?
Outside this range.
You still can read, yes, in your Nafil prayer. Sunnat Nafil prayer. This is for Farz.
He never read, let's say Surah Al-Baqarah is not there. So
Yeah.
read inside the-
He didn't read Surah Baqarah then. Even if you do find in the Rawayat, he read Surah Al-Baqarah one off. So his general reading was from this. General. You will get the odd case as well. So this is general. And this is in Farz prayer. Not his Sunnat and Nafal. There, mashallah, Sayyidina Aisha said Surah Baqarah, Al Imran, Surah Nisa. In one you read, no problem in his tahajjud prayer. If you do find in Farz prayer, anytime a Sahabi is reporting, how do we collaborate? So when you collaborate, when there's two contradicting ahadith, what you do is first is tatbiq and then it's tarjih. So first we try to collaborate. So we'll say, yeah, this is a one-off case. No, what is it? One-off. This was his general reading. And this is what Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala understood. That's why he sent out letters to the governors. When you lead the people, your qira'ah should be like in this fashion. Right, today inshallah we're going to do this all done. So how many farz have we covered? Takbira Tarima, Qiyam, Qiraat. Today is ruku. What is farz in ruku? So there's minimum requirement in ruku. Wait there, minimum requirement. As soon as you can touch your knees with your hands, this is ruku. But it is not kamil ruku. It is still ruku though. So there's two levels of ruku. One is kamil and one is naqis. This is naqis ruku. So as soon as the hands can touch your knees, that's it. If you do this, if you're going to ruku, that I haven't mentioned your hand should be placed on your hands or anything. Have I said that? That's all sunnah. That's all sunnah. So keep that in mind. To bend down to the extent where your hands can touch your knees, it is what? Farz. I didn't say touching your hands. That's all sunnah. Correct? Now if a person, second masala regarding this, if a person is sitting down, so how does he do his ruku and sajda? He can't stand. So how does he do his ruku and sajda? He moves his back and his head. So when he goes down for ruku, sajda, it should be more than he has moved his back and head for ruku. That's all. What if a person is crooked? He's already down there. What does he do now? What does he do then? Head. So he just moves his head. So old people whose backs are crooked. So now they can't move their back, so what do? They move their head. So when they go in the sajda, they should move their head more than their ruku. That's all. Three masail regarding that. So minimum, what is the minimum extent of ruku? Where your hands can touch your knees. Now, placing your hands and doing all this is all sunnah. But going down, this is farz. You got it? Like saying Allahu Akbar is farz. Raising your hands is sunnah. What is it? Like I got a call yesterday, 3 o'clock in the morning. MashaAllah. So people, it's simple masla. Absolutely simple. I'm going to read it out to you later because I don't want you to be on video and then the person says, he exposed me. Ajib. I was looking, what a Ajib man. He's put his life in living hell. So he's going, what? Allah. Simple masla. All right.
Can I ask you the ruku?
No, you can't yet. Yes, you can.
Is it meant to be 45 degrees or can it be?
No, I just explained it, didn't it? Look, what does ruku mean? To bend your back.
Best practice.
The best, yeah, I'll come to that one. We'll come to that one. Right. All right, so that's the farz. All right. Now, as far as Jamaat is concerned, Jamaat, this is a very important masla. If you find the Imam in a ruku, and you come and join, now when will it be considered that you have found the Imam in a ruku? It is not when the Imam, so keep in mind, the Imam being a ruku is regarding the posture, not his reading. The reading is a cue that he's in ruku or he has come up from ruku. The reading is a posture. What is it? The ruku is a cue, the reading. He could say Allahu Akbar here, but he's still in ruku. So if you find him here, you've got ruku. So you got to find the imam in ruku, that's it. Regardless of you hearing him or not hearing him, you got to find him in ruku. That's it, even if it's 1 second. Even if you can't read subhanallah, no problem. As long as you find him in ruku, that's it. You understand? Because sometimes the imam, for instance, he's saying Sami Allahu liman hamida, you're right at the back, and you're hearing through the speaker, through the mic. He says Sami Allahu liman hamida, he's already up here and you're thinking he's in ruku. He's already stood up, finish. So ruku is regarding the posture, not reading. Samiullah, Rabbana wa lakal hamd, this is all sunnah. So you got to be sure that you have found the imam in the ruku position. Not when he's saying, for instance, he could be saying Allahu Akbar and he's not even in ruku yet. Yes? So be careful, so imam is in ruku and he's saying Sami Allahu liman hamida, for instance, he says, and he's still down there. He's still down there, Sami Allahu liman hamida. Have you found him in ruku or not? You found him in ruku?
Yes.
Yeah, your ruku is valid.
What if he's halfway, like
Nice, done.
coming up?
You can't, you got to find him in ruku. You got to find the imam in ruku. So that's, and another one is when you're saying Allahu Akbar, when you're joining the imam. So if you said Allahu Akbar and your hands are not close enough to touch your knees, and you said Allahu Akbar and then you've gone into ruku, it's valid. But if you have gone down, if you're saying Allahu Akbar in such a way that your hands can touch your knees and you're saying Allahu Akbar and then you go into ruku, your namaz is not valid. Because what have you done? You have missed your qiyam. Got that one? No, you didn't get that one. Look, I'll tell you. Technical, this one. So, for instance, imam's in ruku. You want to find the imam in ruku. You quickly say Allahu Akbar. That's it. Namaz is not valid. Why? You completed your Allah Akbar when your hands could touch your knees. So you were already in the ruku position. You missed your qiyam. But if you said Allahu Akbar, and then that's no problem. So you've got to be staying Allahu Akbar closer to the standing position. You've got to say Allahu Akbar closer to the standing position. Then if you get the imam in ruku, your salat is valid. But if you say Allahu Akbar whilst you're going into ruku and you're closer to the ruku position, when you're completing Allahu Akbar, then your unit will not be valid. So keep that in mind. Some people in a hurry, whole salat is gone. It's not worth it. So just now, what if the person he doesn't know if he has got the imam or not? Make up for 1 unit afterwards. It's better to be careful. What is it? It's better to be. Don't take the risk. Yeah. Yeah, this is better. Look, like I just said, not 2 Allahu Akbar. The takbir for the takbir tarima is farz. Takbir intaqalat as sunnat. So even if he doesn't say Allah Akbar for going into ruku, 1 is enough, but it's not good. So when a person does join the imam, he should say Allahu Akbar. Even if you've got the time, tie your hands and then say Allahu Akbar. If you haven't got time, Allahu Akbar again. But the second Allahu Akbar is sunnah, it's not farz. The first one is farz, which you must read and say in the standing position. And what is the definition of standing position? That your hands can't touch your knees. So if your hands are closer to touching your knees, you're not in the standing position and you've completed your takbir, then your salat is not valid. So keep that in mind. It's only technical. Some people rush when it comes to the Jamaat. All right, now how many sunnahs are there in ruku? There's 10. How many? Brother was asking. All right, number 1, to say Subhan Rabbil Azim 3 times. This is adna sunnah, minimum sunnah, 3 times, not kamil sunnah. What is it? You can call it kamil sunnah, then there's levels of kamil sunnah. This is the kamil sunnah, but adna, the minimum. What is it? Minimum. All right. Back should be straight, like brother was saying. That if you place a cup on the back, the cup should not fall. Number 3, head should not be uplifted. When you're in ruku, it should be straight with the back. It should not be lifted. Right. Number 4, so remember, I tell you how to grip your knees with your hands. This is sunnah. It's not farz. It's not a farz of ruku. Farz of ruku is to bow down. So this is what? And keep in mind, I'm telling you the principle today, there's only one place in salah where you close the fingers. You've got to be very meticulous when it comes to this. One place. That's in sajda. Everywhere else, the hands are in their normal position. So here, normal as well. You don't close them. It's against the sunnah. And every sunnah, you deprive yourself of that proportion of that, the nur of that sunnah. So if a person is, you can say ignoring or overlooking or overseeing 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 sunnahs in Islam, what is he doing? He is depriving himself of the sunnah of that nur. That's why you don't get khushu then. That's why you're going to be meticulous. So when you place your hands on your knees, apply a bit of pressure on your knees. The benefit of that is that it will lock your knees and your arms will become straight. If you don't apply a bit of pressure, your knees are bent as well as your arms are bent, crooked. So apply a bit of pressure. The benefit, it automatically locks your leg and your arm, and you can say it locks your arms as well. Now everything is straight. Yes, got it? Yes. I've seen Brother Muhammad, mashallah, his ruku is perfect. 1 out of 10. Yeah. I'll tell you then, yes. 1 out of 10. I saw it, mashallah. He's been coming class only 6 years. His ruku is perfect, so I need another 9 years. No, it's not that, it's not that. Because we haven't learnt namaz and it's in our routine. What is it? It's in our routine. It's become a habit. We don't notice. We don't realize we're making a mistake. That's why you have to do mu'akhat fillah. You have to appoint some money, look at my salat. There's no other way. You'll keep on making the same mistake. Keep on making. Alhamdulillah, like I just said, 99, I'm being very generous here. 99.9%. No one's technically namaz, mashallah, don't even. I'm telling you. I notice, but I don't say nothing. If someone comes to me and says, Hazrat, look at my namaz, then yes. You look at mine, I look at yours. It doesn't matter you spend all your life in Jamaat, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter you're a big alim. It doesn't matter you're Shaykh al-Hadith. When it comes to salat, everyone's making mistakes. Because we have been praying since a young age, it's become a habit we don't realize. And we keep on making that mistake over and over again. It's like reading. Once you, like for instance, you ask Qari Sahib, our parents who have studied from Maiz, old ladies in Pakistan back home, the way they have learnt the Quran, you can't rectify them now. It's impossible. It's impossible. They read Quran in Punjabi, they've made the effort to correct. Alhamdulillah, Allah will accept if they've made that. But you cannot correct them now. They have learnt in such a way and they've been reading like that for how many years? 50. It's now, you can say that tilawat has become indestructible. You cannot change it. You can do whatever you want. Nah. Same for the salat. We've been praying like that all our life, we don't notice. Like I said, I noticed, brother, didn't I? I was there. I said, mashallah, what a good ruku. He doesn't notice. All right. All right.
Was it this one for all the time?
Huh?
Was it this one for
All the time. You know why all the time? No, because it's a habit. Habits don't change. Habits.
Old habits.
Yeah.
Die hard.
Yeah, habits don't change, brother. All right. Like I just said, they should not. Your legs and arms should not be bent or crooked like this. It's against the sunnah. All right. Number one, and your arm should be separate from so your arms should not be touching your sides here. So there should be a gap here. That was the last one. And for the women, the more the women conceal themselves, that is closer to sunnah. The more the women conceal themselves. What do the women do? They conceal themselves as much as possible. So there's not an exact posture. The posture from them is concealing themselves. So that lady that conceals herself the most, that is closer to the sunnah, and she will get more reward compared to that lady that's not concealing herself. Yes. So why aurat is the meaning of aurat is something that is hidden. Yes, should be hidden. All right. Now, as far as we've done this, and keep in mind, saying Allah Akbar whilst going into ruku is called takbir intiqal. Yes, like when you go into ruku, when you go into sajda, they are all sunnah. What are they? They are sunnah. All right. Next one, adhkar in ruku. What are the adhkar in ruku? So the adhkar in ruku, like I just said, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim 3 times, which is kamil sunnah but adna, the minimum complete sunnah. Which when you're praying on your own or behind the imam, if the imam, mashallah, his sajda is long, his ruku is long, then read Subhana Rabbil Azim, Subhana Rabbil A'la as much as you can, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9 times, whatever you can.
Just odd numbers though.
Yeah, odd numbers. Yeah, if you don't even read it odd number, it doesn't mean you've committed a sin or anything. It's
Preferred.
Yes, preferred. All right. And then what are the du'as in ruku? So this is radiant prayers, Mufti Taqi Usmani Sahib, page 71. And these are all the du'as mentioned in the hadith. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I'll take a picture and upload that one. These are the du'as when I teach children, I teach them this. You know why? You don't teach them young, they never learn. Because once they leave madrasa, finish. All of you've just said Subhana Rabbil Azim. Have you added on that in the last 20, 30 years? No. So learn it, at least when the children learn it, inshallah you can go back to it then. So we should be teaching the children this. The salat, keep in mind, the salat we teach children. Why did the ulama come up with, devise this plan of the most minimum salat? We teach the children the most, you can say, the most minimum standard of salah we teach. Why? Not to overburden them. Not to. But we don't realize that children are coming for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So teach them everything.
A small dua after.
No, these are the tasbihat. These are all duas in the ruku with the Prophet used to.
When
Yeah,
you ruku,
yeah.
after you made your
Subhana bil azimi.
yeah, and then make a small.
Yeah, you can read these ones as well if you've got time. Yeah. So these are 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 du'as here. How many? 4 du'as. Page 71. These are all the du'as in the hadith. Alright, that's one done. Now, so that was ruku. When you get up from ruku, standing up now, which is called qowma. It is what? Wajib. What is it? It is wajib. According to Imam Shafi and Imam Ahmad rahmatullah alayhi and Imam Azam, according to Imam Shafi, Imam Ahmad and Imam Abu Yusuf rahmatullah alayhi, it is farz. That's why you get a difference that's why there's a lot of difference between the schools. Some say there are 14 farz, internal farz. Some say 15, some say 13, Hanfi say 7. There's a big difference. But according to Imam Abu Yusuf rahmatullah, who is a Hanfi as well, he says to stand up from the standing position after you get up from ruku, the standing, it is what? Farz. According to Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Muhammad rahmatullah, who are called tarafain, it is what? Wajib. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Regardless being farz or wajib, if you deliberately forsake it, if you deliberately don't stand up after ruku and you direct from the ruku position, you go into sajda, your namaz is not valid.
But isn't the same words for farad?
Yeah, it's the same thing. There's a difference, yes. The difference is that as far as farz is concerned, you can't make up for a farz. You can make up for a farz, but I'm not saying if you deliberately miss a farz or you remember afterwards, right at the end, you can still make up for that as well. Farz, you can still make up for farz. How? A person is in, and he remembers he didn't do farz. What do you do then? You didn't do ruku. What do you do? I explained that last week.
At the end.
Sajda sahwi is for?
Missing up wajib.
Yeah, not farz. You make up for the farz. So you get up, you do your ruku, Allahu Akbar. So you go back and then you do sajda sahwi. Because you can still make up your salat. So as far as farz is concerned, you got to make up for it. The sajda sahwi will not suffice for it.
Even as an imam.
Yeah, 100%.
If you do that as an imam, people will.
Yeah, that's confused. Better you get it all over. They're going to be all over the place. What's happening here? But I'm just saying, if you are praying, you can make up for you have to make up for the farz. You can't do sajda sahwi for the farz. Sajda sahwi is only done to repair a mistake in the wajibat, not in the farz. So farz, you got to come up, do your ruku. You forgot you didn't do a sajda. Do another sajda. Come back into qada. Do sajda sahwi and complete your prayer. You got it? So as far as where we be now, qowma. So like I just said, at the end of the day, if you miss this, worst case, you got to do sajda sahwi then. If you deliberately missed it, sajda sahwi. If you intentionally missed it, your salat is not valid.
Upright means full.
Full standing.
Not even 75.
No. What is the definition of standing? I'll tell you 1,000 times now. But this is, what is qowma?
Some people do such ruku, then they slightly come back and then.
No. What is the minimum definition of qiyam? Remember I explained that in the first lesson. Where your hands are not touching your knees.
Minimum.
This is.
So that's.
This is qiyam now. This is qiyam. My hands are not touching. As soon as my hands can touch my knees, this is ruku now. So even if I'm up here, but this is not the sunnah qowma. Sunnah qowma is you stand up straight. All right. Well, next one. Now there's 4. As what do you read there now? As far as the Prophet ﷺ, there's you find 4 hadiths. Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana lakal hamd, Rabbana walakal hamd, Allahumma Rabbana lakal hamd, Allahumma Rabbana walakal hamd. So Rabbana lakal hamd, Allahumma, and then you got Allahumma Rabbana lakal hamd. Then you got Rabbana walak. Rabbana lakal hamd. Then Rabbana with the wow, walakal hamd. 2. Then you got Allahumma Rabbana lakal hamd without the wow, and then you got Allahumma Rabbana with the wow, walakal hamd. 4. The best one is this one, Allahumma Rabbana walakal hamd. You look confused. This is the best one. This is what do we teach the children? Rabbana lakal hamd. You can say the most minimum requirement we teach the children. Rabbana lakal hamd.
We don't even know what it means.
You understand? We should be teaching them Allahumma Rabbana wa lakal hamd. All right. Now, this what azkar can you read in ruku? Again, page 72. In qowma, yeah, in qowma there's only 2 du'as you can read. How many? Page 72. Radiant prayers, 2. All right. Now, there's another masala regarding qowma. This is regarding, for instance, if your qowma is prolonged, then you tie your hands. You tie your, if your qowma is, and where is your qowma prolonged? Give me one example. Good ball, witr salat. It's dua, it's prolonged, you tie your hands, you don't leave them. Another example, salatul tasbih. You tie your hands. Good man. Salatul tasbih as well. Why? You get up from ruku 15 times, you're going to read what? Subhan, the third kalima. Salatul tasbih. So you know your qiyam is prolonged, you tie your hands. What do you do? Because, huh? Qunut al-Nazir, you can tie your hands. Yes, you tie your hands. No, it's not. But the principle is لِأَنَّهُ قِيَامُ لَهُ قَرَارٌ وَفِيهِ ذِكْرٌ مَسْنُونٌ وَلِذَا قَالُوا بِوَضْعِ الْيَدَيْنِ فِي قَنُوتِ الْوِتْرِ وَقَوْمَةُ صَلَاةِ التَّسْبِيحِ. So when your qowma is prolonged and you're doing dhikr in that, I'll give you an example. The Prophet used to read this a lot. Rabbana wa lakal hamd, and then those 2 du'as, and then wali al-hamd, wa lakal hamd. He just kept on reading this. Walakal hamd, walakal hamd, walakal hamd. He kept reading it. So the ulama, the fuqaha say, Hanfi, they say that just standing up is not ibadat. What is the reason? Just standing up without tying hand is not ibadah. What is ibadah? When you place one hand on the other, this is ibadah. So because this is an act of ibadah, you should be doing this. Got it? This is our delete. This is what you can say. This is our evidence for this. That just standing up is not ibadah. I'm standing up now. Is this ibadah? No. But as soon as you stand your head, this is ibadah. That's it.
And the other salah would be salat al-janazah.
Yeah, you tie your hands there. Yeah. But that's not salat anyway. That's something else. That's dua.
In Madaris, we used to see when we read
वो नहीं करते या नहीं करते. Yeah, it's not. Mufti Rashid Ahmad in Asnul Fatawa, he has mentioned the juziyah. He said it is better you tie your hands. He said it's better you tie. This is and Mufti Taqi Usman's teacher, Mufti Rashid Ahmad, ex. So he's given the juziyah there. There's nothing explicit in the books of hadith. There's nothing explicit. This is something he has extracted. Bulaka just said, just standing is not ibadah. You're standing there, what is this? So tie your hands, he says. Because you see, when your qiyam is prolonged in salat, what are you doing? Are you leaving your hands to hang on the side? You're tying them. This is the same as well. You got it? This is the dalil he gives.
Signals to everybody else.
Yeah, he's praying salat as well. Yeah, there's another one.
When we're standing, Allahumma hdini fi man.
Yes, ji.
When the people in the Hanafi, we don't even say Ameen.
Uh-huh.
The whole dua is going on, but we're just listening.
Silently they're saying Ameen. Silently. Silently, theek. All right. Sajda, now we're doing sajda, and then we'll do jalsa next week. Sajda. What is sajda? What is fard for sajda? Keep in mind, placing the forehead on the ground is sajda. Now, according to Imam Abu Hanifa, placing the forehead and the nose, both are farz. But according to Imam Abu Yusuf, Imam Muhammad rahmatullah, only placing the forehead is farz. You got it? Only placing the forehead. Now, if a person only places the forehead and he doesn't place the nose, and he's got no valid reason not to place the nose, then it is makruh tahrimi, is disliked. But if there's a reason, then there's no problem. And if a person can't place his forehead and he can only place his nose, then he has to place the hard part of the nose, not the soft part, the hard part. And if you can't even place this, then he just does gesture, then ishara. That's it. You got it?
Which school was the one which says it's fun to put the nose on?
And that's Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh. Yeah, all right. Now,
I get allergies from that.
Or if both are wounded, what does he do? Ishara again. If both are
allergies. You know how sometimes massages they don't have proper.
That is takabbur. It was not allergies.
I get it.
That's why the ulama say if a person puts a cloth out in front of him because the floor is dirty, that is takabbur and makruh tahrimi. It is haram. Oh, yes, it is haram. It's takabbur. Who are you standing in front of? Astaghfirullah. I don't want my forehead to become dirty.
Not the forehead, the nose.
More takabbur.
We can, so then I've got.
All right, put a cloth down. You got a medical reason. That's a medical. Put a cloth down, and don't be too soft. Yeah. So you got a medical reason. Put a cloth down. All right. Now, what do we mean to? What does it mean to do sajda? Sajda means you feel the hardness of the ground. You feel the hardness. You don't have to keep pushing your forehead in the ground. As soon as you feel, like this is a hard floor, you just feel the hardness. That's enough. But if it keeps on going in, then you got to apply pressure on your forehead until your forehead does not go more down. You understand? So if it's a soft place, a mattress or something, that's a problem then. You got to apply so much pressure on the forehead that now your forehead can't go further down. You understand? So when you feel it's hard now and your forehead's not moving, then your sajda will be allowed. But if you are just doing it on the surface, your sajda will not be valid. But on this ground, no problem. This is hard. What is it? Yeah, this is hard. So no problem here. All right, last one. Very important one. This is a very important one. People overlook, and mashallah, I think no one has been practicing this as well. So alhamdulillah. It is wajib when you do sajda that at least one toe not touching. It has to be bent. It has to be bent. At least one toe has to be. Now, if you got no valid reason and both your feet are up anyway, one foot is up, that's makruh anyway. It's disliked anyway. But the general thing is that minimum requirement is one toe, and the stomach of the toe, you can say the back of the toe, must be touching the ground at least once. This is wajib. What is it? It is wajib. In sajda. So if a person does not do this, then he is you can say neglecting a wajib. What is he doing? And if you deliberately neglect a wajib, it is makruh tahrimi. But there's two types of, but there's no sajda sahib on this one. But it is close to haram. Keep in mind. What is it? So we should learn how to bend all the fingers toward the qibla. It is sunnah. But at least one in sajda, it is wajib. What is it? Wajib. No.
You can pray on the mattress.
No, this is, so let's say you're doing.
No, we're talking about when you're in sajda.
Yeah, I know, but when you come up from sajda.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
When you've come up.
Yeah, that's all right. Now, in sajda, we're not covering this week. Yeah, to sit on the left foot and keep the right foot straight. This is sunnah. But if you don't bend your fingers, no problem. This is not wajib. Yeah, there in sajda it is wajib. You know what? This is not sajda. This is qaida. This is qaida. It's not sajda. That is sajda. So in sajda, at least one toe has to be bent. At least one toe. So if a person is not doing this, he is neglecting you can say a wajib, and then this will bring this. You can say this. It will bring karahat, dislike in salat to a very high level. Yes.
Is valid on a mattress.
Yeah, it is valid though. It is valid. What?
On a mattress.
Yeah, it will be valid as long as you can't go. You apply pressure on a mattress and your head's not going further down. That's it. It will be valid.
What about the hand placement?
Huh?
Hand placement.
For what?
When you're in sajda.
Yeah, good. We haven't covered that yet. I'm coming to that one.
So just going back to the cloths, and so you see some people in various mosques, they bring their musallis.
No problem. That's all right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's no problem. No problem.
I will start in mind.
Yeah. Anything else regarding this one? So you got the one toe one, at least one. It is sunnah that all are turned towards the qibla, bent, and you can say the bottom is touching the ground, but just touching you can say in sajda, the toes only touching you can say the ground, the floor. This does not fulfill the requirement of sajda. So if a person is only, you can say the tips of his toe are only touching. The tips are only touching. So what is he doing? He is neglecting a wajib. And a sunnah.
Like the way you're doing it.
Yeah, like this one, yeah. He's neglecting a wajib and a sunnah. So this is makruh tahrimi. All right, how many sunnahs are there in sajda? 16. Number 1, 16 sunnahs. Number 1, when you're going into sajda, the limbs furthest from the ground. When you're going into sajda, the limbs closest to the ground should be touching first. So what is closest to the ground? Knees. Oh, sorry. So what should be touching the ground first? Knees. Then you can go together then. And when you're coming up, It's the opposite. The limbs that are furthest, hands. Yeah, and when you're getting up, it's mustahab too, when you're getting up, to get up like this. Put your hands on your knees as well, like this. Yes, get up like that. All right.
If you can't.
No problem. Right.
Mufti, coming up. So
Now we'll do it afterwards. Practical we'll do afterwards.
No, but you're coming up in some.
No. Yeah, look, it depends. If you're old man, no problem.
Oh, okay.
If you're old man, it's hard to get up, then it's no problem. Yeah.
Lebanese back.
Yeah, but if it's no reason and you're just doing that, that's against the sunnah. The Prophet would not do that. Yeah, all right. To do sajda on 7 limbs, 2 feet, knees, hands, 6, and this is considered to be 1. 7. Or number 3, for the fingers to be closed, deliberately, intentionally, and they should be facing the Qibla, not bent. Qibla, all of them. All the feet, all the toes of the feet should be facing the Qibla as well, bent. All right. And the bottom of the toes must be touching the ground. All right. And to put up, and you could say to put a bit of weight on your arms as well. Why? When you do this, it will automatically straighten your back as well and your arms. It will give you the posture of sajda. All right. All right. This arms should be separate from the. So the arm should not be touching the side of the body here, this part. Yes.
So you're not.
No, that's for a person praying on his own. If you're in Jamaat, then be mindful regarding the people on your side.
Yeah.
Because we had a guy in Pakistan, remember I told you? So what he used to do is that, he was an old man. In ruku, he used to go like this, and if anyone would touch him, he would go. He was an old man on top of that, he'd go, and you'd feel, oh, what's happening here? No. All right. And the Prophet has prohibited this. This one.
Dog. Like
Yeah.
a dog.
Because the Prophet has given the energy of the dog. And keep this in mind, like I just said, because it's a habit, you don't realize. There's a brother, I mentioned this masala 1,000,000 times, still does it. Still. Till today. No. Muhammad's back's not straight, that's all. Yeah. But that brother, you wouldn't believe it, I said so many times. So many times. It's not a joke. Still like, he doesn't realize. It's not I mentioned once, twice. He keeps, he said,
Mention Putta?
no, it's not he's doing it deliberately. You got to understand that he's not doing it intentionally.
That was a wake up call
Yeah,
for me
he's not doing it intentionally.
when I read that.
It's subconsciously they're doing it.
It's habitual.
It's habitual now. All right. Right. If you got if you got no excuse, if you got no you can say no reason not to do it, then you should go in order like this, like going sajda, first feet. And when you're getting up, if you can't get up like this, like I explained, then what do is you lift the right knee first and then the right hand. The right first then. This is all sunnah, just keep in mind, it's all sunnah, all right?
Other side.
Yeah. 3 times Subhan Rabbiyal A'la. And when you get up, when you're getting up, you get up like this then. You don't get up on your complete feet. When you're getting up from sajda, just on you can say on the front part of your feet, you get up like this. So you can imagine how fit the Prophet was. He wouldn't place his own foot on the ground. He wouldn't get up like this. So he's getting up on this, on the front part of the foot. So when he's getting up from sajda, here. And then he would stand up. So you be like that, and then look at it. Got it? Look. This is called the panja, the front part of the foot. So like that. Oh. And then he will straighten it when he gets up. All right. These are all sunnahs of the what? Sajda. Now, adhkar again. What can you read in sajda? You can read this in sajda. Page 73. You got 1 dua, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 duas. You got 1, 2, 3 duas. 73 to 70, only 3 duas in sajda, which have been reported in the hadith the Prophet ﷺ used to read. For instance, Allahumma laka sajadtu wa bika amantu wa laka aslamtu wa sajada wajhi lilladhi, etc. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika bi ridhaka min sakhatika. Allahumma ighfir li dhanbi kullahu dikka wa jillahu. These 3 duas. In what? In sajda. Apart from Subhana Rabbiyal a'la. All right, now last one, making dua in salah. Making dua in sajda. Yeah. Yeah, dua. Then if you've got any questions, you can ask any questions.
Can it be in English?
No, I'll cover that. So this is dua in sajda. Non-Arabic. Arabic. No. Can't be non-Arabic. Dua in, be it farz, nafil, sunnat, dua cannot be in any other language but Arabic.
I've got a serious question here.
Why later?
No, just, do you know how, like Fuad, right? Their dialect's a bit different. It's not like legitimate Arabic. Would that be accepted?
Yes,
because
definitely.
he's thinking that it is Arabic.
What do you mean?
Would it be accepted?
No, that is Arabic.
No, but if that's accepted, I'm just
That's a big call, brother. That's a big call. What have you said to him today? What have you done today?
No, it's a legitimate.
Yeah, yes. He's Arabic, don't worry.
Okay.
I'll come to that. Non-Arabic not allowed. Some people do allow. It's better to be careful. Always better to be.
Is this only for fard or for sunnah?
Everything. Yes, everything.
You're saying there's a difference of opinion when
No, there's only, as far as all the schools are concerned, there's no difference of opinion. There's only one more school which have a difference of opinion.
What about the
Today's
dua?
Salfi, they have a difference of opinion. Salfis have a bit of a difference. But apart from that, the four schools do not difference of opinion.
Salafis are some sect of Hanbali, right?
one of the imams in Brisbane has kind of said, yes, it's okay. So
No.
that's why it was right.
No, it's not okay.
All right.
All right. No, but look, if someone is doing it, let them practice whatever they practice. We won't say anything. ठीक है. Good, ठीक है. We won't say anything.
But if you don't know the Arabic,
I'll tell you. I'll come to that one as well. We'll come to the Arabic. You don't know anything. What do you do then? So one is non-Arabic and one is Arabic. Non-Arabic is not allowed in making dua. Now, as far as Arabic is concerned, there's two dimensions. One is farz, and one is sunnat and nawafil. Keep in mind, as far as farz is concerned, whatever du'as and azkar are reported from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's what a person should be doing in sajda. That's it. So you see, in his farz prayers, he would not make any dua. Why? To keep the salat light on his followers. He would not make dua. So the recommended position of dua in farz prayer, it is not recommended. But if the public have no objection on the imam making dua, is no problem. And on another scenario, if the imam has prolonged his sajda where you can make dua, then there's no harm if you're making dua. I'm going to cover what type of dua I'm referring to then later on. As far as sunnat and nawafil, yes, it was the Prophet's practice to make dua in the sunnat and nawafil prayer. This was his practice, not in farz. But so if you want to do it in farz, there's two scenarios. The imam is prolonging his sajda, you got the opportunity, no problem. Or you are giving permission to the imam, there's no problem. But like I just said, you should not do anything against the sunnah anyway. There's no khair in it. The Prophet didn't do it, so we shouldn't do it. That's it. Keep it simple. It's not recommended in farz. But if you do it, there's no blame on the salah. There's no blame on that person. As far as sunnat and nawafil, yes, do as much as you want. Now, what dua should it be? So the ulama say, the best is the du'as reported in the Quran and the Sunnah. They are the best du'as. But if a person makes dua in his own words, that is permissible as well, as long as it is a matter of deen, the hereafter, and it is something you are asking Allah Rabbul Izzat of, which you cannot ask people of. For instance, oh Allah, give me a cup of tea. This is not jaiz. Why? I can ask a cup of tea from you. Oh Allah, give me a car. I can ask a car from you. So we shouldn't. Why? The Prophet said the sajda and salat, it does not befit any human speech. Salat does not befit any human speech. Meaning things I can ask from people. Brother, give me that. I'm asking you for a bottle of water. Oh Allah, give me a bottle of water. I'm making this dua in my own words, in Arabic. It is permissible. Is it permissible or not? Yes. If it was something regarding the hereafter or something which someone can't grant me, then yet it is jais in sunnat and nafil prayer. In sunnat then. But if it's something someone can grant me, then it is not jais. You got it? For instance, I'll give you another one. Allah, give me hadayah. Can you give me hadayah? No. So you can ask this dua even if in your own Arabic. So as far as dua, yes, the best du'as are those du'as which have been reported in the Quran and the Sunnah. But if you make your own dua up, then it should not be something which you can ask people. For instance, that's it, these things, these ones.
See, this is not Arabic. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like, so I'm just I lost my fusta because of this kind of Arabic. But in all seriousness,
Please correct these two, mate.
So in farz and nafal, it's not recommended, and it's recommended here. What type of dua are we talking about? Matters of the hereafter. Matters of hereafter and something you can't ask, and something you can't ask the people for. It should be this type of dua. Got it? So if you can ask it from people, a glass of water, a car, things like this, it's not. Then this dua is not jais, but your salat will still be accepted. But the dua you're making it is not good. You got it? So, like you just said, there's a group that allow that give permission to make dua in another language than apart from Arabic. Yes, if they've got their own dalal, theek, no problem. If they've got their dalal, let them carry on, no problem. We're not going to say nothing. Theek. But like I just said, as far as the schools are concerned, the consensus of the school, they don't give permission in any other language except Arabic.
the reason I'm
Not towards Arabic.
Can we
no.
call it the Mufti for 6 months?
Yes, one go to be like. Now, if you got any questions.